New at 10, it's one of the most haunting crimes in Kansas City when 6 firemen were killed in a violent explosion. The old case is back in the spotlight.
One defendant is now a free man because of a legal technicality. New tonight, we've learned this is just the beginning. KCTV5's investigative reporter Angie Riccono has the latest legal twist in this case, and she joins us live from the memorial tonight. Angie?
This is where the explosion happened. 6 men were killed. They were sons, husbands, and fathers who never came home. And their families will tell you there's never been any peace in this case. Tonight, you'll hear from the man who's been vilified as the monster who helped start the fire. Bryan Sheppard is free after 22 years in prison, and he swears he's innocent.
You know, this is important. You know, it's big. It's bigger than me.
All of us suffer every day for all of these years.
I know he didn't.
Why?
I mean, because I was with him. I mean, I know that he was asleep on the couch.
They've been in there for 21 and a half years for something they did not do.
Bryan Sheppard spent 22 years in prison for a crime he says he didn't do. He's now free because he was a juvenile at the time of the explosion. And about a week ago, a judge decided Sheppard had served long enough.
Did you ever think this day would come?
Not really.
Why do you say that?
It's hard to find my bearings. You know, everything's kind of spun around. I'm doing my best, take one step at a time. Spending time with family and friends.
These are Sheppard's first moments with his family. Here he is with his daughter Ashley driving away from prison, with his mother, his sister, and his grandchildren. He's catching up on life.
Exciting, kind of slow at times, very tiring.
It's tiring.
Yeah, can't get no sleep.
Why do you think you can't sleep?
I can't get my mind to shut down.
Is this overwhelming?
That I feel guilty every day that I'm out here and they're not.
Have you had any contact with your co-defendants?
I've spoke to Richard Brown a couple times since I've been out.
Brown is Sheppard's best friend. Brown was 18 at the time of the explosion, so he remains in jail.
Well, I mean, they're happy that I'm out, you know, but you know, I feel guilty every day that they're not here with me. You know, they deserve a second chance too because they didn't commit the crime either. You know, Frank passed the lie detector test, Richard passed the lie detector test, my mother, Richard's grandmother.
There are 5 defendants in the case. Darlene Edwards confessed at one point, but quickly recanted her statement. She offered to take a lie detector test, but has never been granted one. Skip Sheppard died in 2009. The other 3 defendants have been able to take lie detector tests. They all passed.
We all had the opportunity to testify against each other for a 5-year sentence, you know, and they told us we were going to get a life sentence if we didn't. If we didn't get on that stand and testify, we were going to get a life sentence.
Why didn't you take the plea deal?
Because we don't know who committed the crime, and we didn't. I wasn't going to get up there and perjure myself and testify to their lies. They would have had to give me a prepared statement, because I don't know who did this crime.
For years, no one knew who was responsible. The case was even featured on Unsolved Mysteries.
Today, the case remains Kansas City's most notorious unsolved crime.
Investigators had other theories.
There is currently a $50,000 reward being offered in this case.
Cash rewards were offered, and informants stepped forward. Those government witnesses told a courtroom Sheppard and his co-defendants bragged about the crime. Sheppard and the other defendants were all convicted and sentenced to life.
And when you read the testimony through the trial, what we see is just incredible inconsistency among those individuals who came forward, each of whom were motivated by a variety of things, whether it was a financial motivation, whether it was to get out of trouble themselves, or whether it was some sort of undue pressure.
Attorney Cindy Short represents Bryan Sheppard. Do you firmly believe in the innocence of these people?
I do. I do.
She wants to prove it. She's now representing the other defendants too, for free.
The fact that all 5 of them went to trial, all 5 of them turned down opportunities to shorten or lessen or even eliminate their sentence, again, is such a characteristic of innocence.
Short says crucial information for her clients is out there, but she just can't see it. She points to this 2011 Justice Department report into the explosion. It's heavily redacted. The report doesn't clear the defendants, but suggests 2 others may have played a role. Those names have never been made public.
And our pathway to the truth is in that report. And for the government to stand in the way of the truth is really a violation of their ethical duties.
Plans are already in motion to file a lawsuit to see what's written behind those black lines, page after page. Sheppard and his attorney say they understand this legal fight is painful for the families of the men killed almost 30 years ago.
What would you want to say to the firefighter families?
You know, I do understand that they get upset. You know, it's if the shoe was on the other foot, I would understand, you know. And I feel for them. I do. I understand. You know, like I said, I've been praying for them for years. They'll be with me till I'm dead. You know, this case will be. I carry it with me every day.
Bryan Sheppard says a family member of one of the firefighters gave him a card when he left prison. It wished Sheppard the best and told him they support him in his pursuit of the truth. Reporting in Kansas City, Angie Racono, KCTV 5 News.